there, viewers. This is another beautiful Thursday, and this is the Brunch Show on Value Chain TV. As usual, here we'll have a lot of insightful, educating, and insightful topics and comments that we'll be sharing with you. My name is Patience Moses, and as usual, I won't be doing a segment alone, and so I have with me here in the studio Mr. Williams, our in-house analyst and economic expert, to help us through the review segments. Mr. Williams, how have you been?
Fine.
Nice
Fine,
having
thank
you
God.
again.
It's good to
Trust
be on
your
the show. Yeah,
I trust your weekend is good. Your week is going well.
perfect.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, we are going shortly, and then do stay with us. Okay, so we're going straight to the newspaper review segment, and we have a lot of headlines to look at, but they were going to pick just a few. The stories making headlines in major newspapers. And the story I have here today, this one is on This Day newspaper. It says, Tinubu, no more ransom payment to kidnappers. Reads Riot Act to security agencies.
Well, if you look at the international community or maybe countries from the West, talking about UK or maybe America, for example,
Okay.
they have a policy of not negotiating with terrorists. Yes, and most times when you have such concerns, they'll tell you it is non-negotiable. No matter how much they are asking as ransom, they don't do that. And for me, this is a step in the right direction. Yes, our government should adopt that, because the moment you keep paying ransom, it means more people are going to join in the trade, so to speak, the trade. So kidnapping has become big business in Nigeria.
Business.
Remember those days in Venezuela? This was how it started, and before you know, it became a big business. So unfortunately, Nigeria is towing that path. That if something is not done to nip this in the bud, we are going to go that path. But I am happy with the pronouncement of the president that no negotiations. This is how it's supposed to be, and the government must be firm about it. And this means that the security apparatus must be delivered or be released so that they can be able to rescue those that have been adopted. If not, I think it's going to be terrible for them and their families. Yes,
And these people will keep kidnapping, they will keep abducting, and then continue asking for more money.
absolutely.
Okay, this is from New Telegraph newspaper. Tinubu orders reopening of border with Niger, lifts other sanctions.
The initial closure of the border was done in a haste. If you ask for my opinion, I think the handlers of the president, especially as regards international relations, they didn't do well. So I think he was ill-advised. But this is not late. Yes, it's a welcome development. If you listen to comments from people, especially from the north, the Sultan and most of the emirs, we are brothers with the Niger Republic. So, in fact, you have the former president saying that the reason why he's bringing infrastructure or constructing the rail from Nigeria to Niger is because he has cousins there. So, if you go to that particular border bordering Katsina and some of these northern states, it's difficult to ascertain, to say, okay, this is Niger, this is Nigeria, because we are more or less like brothers and sisters. So this is a welcome development, and I think is going to enhance trade, because you know, even Niger had to respond by saying, okay, we are closing our air border to Nigeria, and the president doing this now I think people, especially the military junta in Niger, they are going to reconsider their decision as well. So politically, this is a good decision. Yes.
That's a good one. And kudos to the president for this decision. Okay, we're moving to Vanguard newspaper. More controversies over 3.7 trillion gap in 2024 budget. So this leads us back to budget padding, Ningi suspension, and a lot of things.
This has been trending for some days now. And like I said the other day, this is not new. Each time we have budgets, it is difficult. It is hard to hear a straight budget without maybe hearing paddings here and there. So this is not the first time we're having a budget padding. Ningi has been shouting, nobody listened to him. As a matter of fact, they decided to suspend him. But thank God that most of the senators are coming to speak now. I think he's opening a canker of worms. There were allegations that some ranking senators were giving as high as 500 million for their constituency projects. So recently we had senators like Abaribe and the rest of them coming to say, okay, we did not get up to that amount. We got up to like
only 50.
Exactly. So everybody is now coming out to speak. And when Ningi went back to his home state in Bauchi, they welcomed him with open arms. And the governor said, we are standing by you. So these things need to be investigated. Other former senators have also lent their voice to it. Senator Sheikh Husani and the rest of them, they are speaking about it. And there is a call on the government that something must be done. This should not be swept under the carpet. So that amount is too huge to say, okay, it was not allocated for anything. So where is this money going to? It means it is going to private individuals. So Nigeria is bleeding, there is hunger in the land, and then you allocate over 3-point-something trillion for abstract projects that are not contained in the budget. So this is not good for our democracy. So it should be investigated and something should be done about it. Yeah.
And we hope with this, every hidden truth is going to be exposed.
The way the matter is going, I'm hoping and I know so many things will further be revealed. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Okay, I think these 3 headlines will be enough for today. Thank you again for joining us in the studio. It's a nice time having you here. Okay, so we are done with the newspaper review segment. We'll be going on a brief break, and then after that, we'll go to This Week in History with SA Ufoma.
Cost of living in Nigeria is fast, is double.
They are complaining. Also, the passengers they are complaining.
I don't believe it shall so I've been trying to survive.
They affect me seriously because I think about my salary, my income, and everything. So they affect me.
Okay, we are going to This Week in History. Let's join SA Ufoma to find out what she has for us in regards to things that happened way back in time.
On March 11th, 1884, Mississippi established the first U.S. state college for women, known as Mississippi Industrial Institute and College, now Mississippi University for Women. It paved the way for women's education across the nation. On March 11, 1894, Coca-Cola was sold in bottles for the first time, marking a significant shift in how the drink was distributed and consumed. This move played a vital role in its widespread popularity and commercial success. On March 13, 1935, a 3,000-year-old archive was found in Jerusalem, confirming biblical history. which provided concrete evidence that corroborated biblical accounts and added depth to our understanding of ancient history and civilizations. On March 13, 1974, the U.S. Senate votes 54 to 33 to restore the death penalty, reflecting a significant shift in societal attitudes and legislative policies regarding capital punishment. On March 14, 1936, Adolf Hitler tells a crowd of 300,000 that Germany's only judge is God and itself. This singular act exemplifies the rise of authoritarianism and totalitarian ideologies in pre-World War II Europe.
Okay, thank you so much, S.A. Ufoma. I don't know if I'm the only one wondering if Mississippi University for Women being established in the month of March, which is also the month when International Women's Day was celebrated, is a coincidence, or if it was intentional, I do not know, but whichever way. And then to the Coca-Cola lovers, wow. So it left me wondering, what were they packing Coca-Cola inside before now? Because it was stated, SA told us that they started putting Coca-Colas in bottle in March. Whichever way, that was a good discovery. Thank you so much, SA Ufoma. And then that's it on this week in history. We are going shortly, and then we're going to come back for the entertainment segments, which I know you have been waiting for. Okay, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for the entertainment segment. So today on the entertainment segment, I want us to just stay updated regarding this year AMVC Awards. So the AMVCA Award is an annual award, one of Nigeria's biggest award when it comes to the Nollywood industry, filmmakers, and other forms of art. So AMVC organizers, MultiChoice, have announced the day and every other details that is there for this year's edition, which is the 2024 edition of the AMVCA Awards. And the date for it has been set to be May 10th to 11th. So this year is going to last 2 days. And then a few changes have also been made. The categories, which usually used to be 33, has been streamlined to 25. And this is based on some reasons which the organizers also stated. One is to make sure they are also able to meet up with international standards, or should I say global standards, of how other international bodies hold their own awards, to kind of make it something similar and common. And then to also reduce the number of categories the awards are usually presented in. Okay, this year's event is going to hold in Lagos. Yes, and just like I said, May 10th. In this event, we're going to celebrate African film production talents, both old and new. We're going to be a celebration of culture. There will be a celebration of fashion, music, and other entertainment elements. So they also stated something very significant, that there will be a twist to how some winners will emerge in this year's edition. So, which means we should expect a lot of things. We should expect different people coming up as winners. If you know that this is how they do it, then there's actually going to be a change. In respect to this year's AMVCA award, the head of the awards board, or should I say the jury that are going to determine the winners, Femi Odugbemi, he said that he has actually mentioned some criteria that will be considered before movies are nominated. One of which is the eligibility period of this movie, which he said has to be from December 2022 to December 2023. Others are based on the categories that the film or the movie has been nominated under, the submission process, If a movie does not follow the submission process that has been stipulated by the award academy, then it means it might not be nominated. This is just me paraphrasing what has been said. And then another criteria that will determine the kind of movies that will be nominated has to do with what? The voting process. He also made emphasis on what? Storytelling, direction, visual effects, and also visual values. So these are all qualities that a movie must have for it to be nominated for this year's edition of the African Magic Viewer Choice Award, organized by Multi Choice. So we thank them so much for giving us these details. So movie producers, artists, fashionistas, all people in the entertainment sector, this is for you. Get set, get ready, bring out everything that you know will make you to make you get on the nomination list for this year's award. And for our viewers, this is where I call it a wrap. I don't love going, but I have to go, so that I'll bring you more and exciting content next time. So stay with us again on the Brunch Show on Value Chain TV. I am Patience Moses, and don't forget to always drop your comments and also follow us. Subscribe to our channel if you have not done that. Thanks for staying. I am Patience Moses. Bye for now.